Alright, welcome back to Jack of All Memes. I want to believe. And I am going to find proof today. Or at least I'm going to try. Let's see what I can do. Let's try going with YouTube. I want to believe. Everybody knows where that's from, right? Everybody, right? You know? X-Files. Good old Mulder. Scully wants to believe. I just want to see. Whoop, not E. Real alien proof. The compelling evidence. 5 years ago, CNN posted this. It's only a minute long.
What do you love most?
Oh.
Chocolate. We got you, dog. We got you.
I don't got you.
Discovering alien life. It's the holy grail of space exploration. Well, NASA's chief scientist Ellen Stofan says that such a finding is not that far off. She expects that we'll find indications of life within the next decade and definitive evidence within the next 30 years.
Within all of our lifetime, though, we're going to understand that there is life on other bodies in the solar system. We're on the verge of things that people have wondered about for millennia. Are we alone?
Why the burst of optimism? Water. Water is a key ingredient in life as we know it. And scientists say if you find water, your odds of finding life go up. And it turns out our galaxy is a soggy place. Outside of our solar system, astronomers think there may be many worlds covered by deep oceans. So NASA says our galaxy and our solar system are awash in water, and it's just a matter of time until we find life on another planet. But don't expect little green men.
A stranger from the outside.
NASA says expect little green microbes.
Well, that's different. I never heard that one before. Little green microbes, huh?
A pair of Harvard scientists say a massive, fast-moving visitor to our solar system may have been a probe sent by an advanced alien civilization. Astronomers were excited to discover the interstellar object last year. It was named Oumuamua. That's Hawaiian for messenger or scout. Tony DeCopel takes a look at the evidence behind the controversial theory. He's at New York's Hayden Planetarium. Tony, what a story. Good morning.
Yeah, I hope your son's watching. Good morning. Quick astronomy lesson. What you're looking at here is a meteorite. That came from our
Oh, I don't
solar
need all
system.
that.
And it's not clear what this push is from.
In an upcoming paper, he and a colleague offer what they call a more exotic scenario. Oumuamua may be a fully operational probe sent intentionally to Earth vicinity by an alien civilization. According to their calculations, Oumuamua is less than 1 millimeter thin, but very wide like a sail, harnessing solar radiation to propel itself. Similar to the spacecraft used by Count Dooku in the Star Wars films.
I just want everybody to take that with a gigantic grain of salt.
Jackie Faraday is an astrophysicist at the American Museum of Natural History. She says Oumuamua did not give off any signals suggesting it was a spacecraft. If you say that the top 10 list of explanations does not include alien probe.
I want real proof. I want to believe. Let's see if Britain has any more luck.
Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 alien close encounters in Britain. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified
ring
about
that
our latest
bell.
videos.
Like that video.
For this list, we're looking at the weirdest and most compelling alien and UFO sightings from around the UK. Number 10, Diamond in the Sky. In 1990, two hikers outside the small village of Calvine, Scotland, made history with one of the most convincing UFO photos ever taken. However, bizarrely, this photo was allegedly covered up in the 1990s by the Ministry of Defense, with which apparently had a one-man department investigating UFOs for a number of years. Before the existence of this department was even public knowledge,
Wow.
the photo of a large diamond-shaped object did the rounds of various intelligence organizations before vanishing forever. Only a reconstruction of the supposed image remains. Number 9. The Berkshire Rugby Ball. Nobody expects a rugby ball to come flying at them when they're piloting an Airbus 34,000 feet over Berkshire, but that's apparently what happened to one unlucky pilot. Only 20 miles away from Heathrow Airport, the pilot was convinced this mysterious object was going to crash right into the cockpit. He even ducked. It was reported to the authorities as a near miss in 2014, and an investigation was launched. Ultimately,
It was just a
no
football,
results. To this day, there's no explanation for what exactly he saw. Number 8. Todd Morton UFO Incident. Hypnosis has been known to work wonders for alleged abductees. It certainly did when it was used on PC Alan Godfrey after a close encounter in 1980. He clearly recollected a craft the size of a bus in the northern village of Todmorden. After various calls from the public who were concerned about a herd of cows escaping, presumably spooked by the ship,
By the
a
Green
stranger
Goblin?
named Joseph supposedly took Godfrey aboard, where a number of little creatures, or robots, examined him. Several other officers and a lorry driver also claimed to have seen something similar, adding credibility to his account. Number 7.
Wow.
The Dudley Dorito. The Midlands' most famous alien spaceship, the Dudley Dorito, has been sighted many times in recent years.
Really?
Not only have there been eyewitnesses, but some of them have even managed to photograph or film the mysterious shape. The object gets its name from the area where it appears and its triangular shape,
Well,
looking
yeah.
like a big crisp in the sky with a few bright lights to boot. For at least a decade, it's plagued the skies, roughly 5 times the size of a jumbo jet, and people
Wow.
are still at a loss for explanations. Number 6. The Copper Man. The oldest alien incident on our list occurred throughout the 18th and 19th centuries in and around Portsmouth, where a mysterious entity, retroactively called the Copper Man, was repeatedly sighted. While only really known to locals, this story of a human with metal skin, first recorded in 1798, is incredibly weird. A young maid even saw the man with metal flesh walk out of the sea and then go back in again,
Really?
disappearing. But this frightening creature hasn't been seen at all since 1801. Number 5. The Stanmore Saucer. When police were called out to a woman's house late one evening in 1984 because she claimed to have seen a UFO, they presumably didn't expect to also be faced with the object in question. However, when they arrived, the mysterious craft was still visible overhead and stuck around long enough that they had a chance to do a rough sketch of it. The RAF also reported not having any planes in the sky that evening. As the story goes, the police even attempted, unsuccessfully, to follow it down the M1. Number 4. Ilkley Moor Alien Sighting. On a cold evening in 1987, retired policeman Phil Spencer was out for a walk on Ilkley Moor, Yorkshire, on his way to visit family. He also had an idea to take photographs of strange lights he'd seen on the moors, but
Okay.
definitely got more than he bargained for. He saw a strange being, took a photo, and chased it back to a UFO, which quickly took off. The photo was then analysed by optical physicist and ufologist Dr. Bruce Maccabee. The conclusion was that it had not been edited and the creature was no known animal.
Huh.
Number 3. The
So
Envoy.
that's an actual
The
picture.
Ministry of Defense may have acted
Supposedly.
shakily on occasion, but in this instance,
I wanna believe,
they
though.
apparently didn't think anything of a strange man claiming to be an envoy for an extraterrestrial diplomat who wanted to speak to the authorities. The man said he'd been in contact with aliens, specifically an alien named Algar, since he was age 7, and that Algar was finally ready to reveal himself publicly. Unfortunately, before this could happen, Algar was supposedly killed by some other aliens. The MOD never chased it up. We can kind of understand why, though. It does make for quite the story. Number 2, the Falkirk Triangle. When you think of the UFO capital of the world,
Wow.
the first thing that springs to mind probably isn't the village of Bonnybridge, Scotland, also nicknamed the Falkirk Triangle, but it's this area's claim to fame ever since sightings began in 1992. For whatever reason, aliens seem drawn to this patch of land between Falkirk, Stirling, and Bonnybridge. Though skeptics believe that it's all a scheme by a local politician, Billy Buchanan, to attract tourists. But there's still hundreds of reports of strange lights and objects in the night sky. Number 1, the Rendlesham Forest Incident. So significant it's nicknamed Britain's Roswell, what happened at Rendlesham Forest in Suffolk in 1980 has baffled people for decades. Centering on an airbase RAF Woodbridge over a few nights at the end of December, many high-ranking officials claimed to see a UFO come down in the woods. Personnel went on to investigate and found a glowing metal object that left burn marks behind. The incident spooked so many people that the MOD were forced to issue a public statement that national security was not at risk.
Wow.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Watch
That's
Mojo UK and
crazy.
subscribe for
Honestly, though, that's pretty legit. Does that make you believe? I believe. I mean, that's like, what, the 3rd or 4th video, but I believe. Yeah. Do you believe? See you in the next video.